So I'm Jenn Estacio. I am the founder of Flip Family and the co-founder of Cuba Long Beach. And I'm so excited to be here. I'm kind of fangirling that we are all in one place, all these authors that I follow on Instagram. So I'm honored to be moderating today. I'm gonna keep this super casual. I mean, it's all about kids' books. So we're just gonna talk about kids and our books and how we put these books together. So I'm gonna hand it over to everyone and kind of introduce yourself. So I have a few very casual questions. Introduce yourself and introduce your book and where are you coming from? And I'm gonna ask a fam question and what are you looking forward to this weekend?
Oh, I started.
I was like, you're looking at me. Hi guys, my name is Marielle Atanacio. I am the illustrator for Dirty Kitchen, an Ilocano American story. I am in the US. I'm coming from Fairfield, California. In the Philippines, my family is from Bugaoisan and Manila. And then for this weekend, I'm, October, I try to tell myself I have no budget so I can support all of these writers and small businesses. So I think I'm just looking forward to like all the new stuff I'm gonna have in my house.
I love it. Hi everyone, my name is Kharyl and Bugaoisan Piano. I am one of the co-authors for Dirty Kitchen, and I am coming from Sacramento, and I have ancestral roots in Lawag and Pangasinan, Ilocos Norte.
Hi, my name is Mila Bongco. I'm from Canada. It's nice to be nice to be in the warm weather. This is warm. Yeah, actually, I was coming in and somebody said it's one of those San Francisco mornings. Like, what does that mean? Anyway, I have a bunch of books. So Tony's Wheels is about a Filipino who came to Canada. He had polio, but he actually became a Paralympian for the Canadian national team, not only for wheelchair racing, but kayaking and downhill skiing. And he brought back 6 medals for Canada. So, and then I have these other books, and they're downstairs. Gabi and the Lechon Parade, Snow to Sandy Beaches, which is 2 stories because the other one is Sandy Beaches to Snow. And I like writing children's books, bilingual children's books where the protagonists are actually immigrant children or immigrant families. We have a Filipino language school also in Canada where I'm from, but when we buy books from the Philippines, sometimes the stories are about things that the immigrant children cannot relate to. So I thought, maybe we should write about the immigrant children. So that's my inspiration for writing books. And what am I looking forward to is, Canada, we don't have a lot of Philippine books written about Philippine ancestry. So I'm looking forward to downstairs and kind of like getting a big haul of books back to Canada.
Hi, so my name is Kathryn Serrano. I am the author of Kharyl, Filipino Heroines of World War II. I am visiting from New Jersey.
Yo, represent!
My family's from Pampanga and Bicol. I love sharing that and getting that response. And I'm looking forward to connecting with people out here, collecting books as well. And I mean, these are all awesome books, so I'm excited to stock up for my kids at home.
Faith, you wanna go?
Oh, sure. Hi, I was like, Lenora, we're seeing people in real life from Instagram. My name is Faith Kazmi. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the author of the book Box of Dreams, which just came out in May. And it's a story about a mom and a daughter packing up a balikbayan box, and along the journey, the mom tells the daughter where she grew up and the stories of growing up in the Philippines. And then there's a secret wish in there, and hopefully you'll read it and then find out. I grew up in Stockton. I now live in San Mateo. And my family, my mom was from Bicol, and my stepdad was from Batangas.
What are you looking forward to this
Oh yes, this weekend I'm looking forward to similarly stocking up more new books. I actually am going to be in Inang again this coming weekend. Tomorrow there's a baptism, so I'm going to get her some new gifts here also.
Hi, my name is Rev Valdez, and I am the author of Bunso Meets a Mumu. And my second book is called Bunso Meets a Duende. So there's going to be more books later on, but I am from San Francisco. I'm from all over the Bay Area, but San Francisco is where I currently stay right now. My family is from Olongapo, and what I am looking forward to this weekend, probably getting to know more like Filipino authors and artists, and also collecting more and more children's books.
Thank you. And last but not least, me. I'm Jenn again, and I wrote the book Ube. This is my second book. My first book was called Buko. So I'm hoping to expand these books and continue to write children's books. I flew up from Long Beach. Long Beach! And my parents are from Pampanga and Caloocan City. And I'm just looking forward to connecting to everyone. And how do we get you all to come to SoCal and visit us at Kubo? But yeah, it's just really connecting with everybody and also filling or finding more space for books to fit in our house, because we have plenty of children's books, but we love to support our children's authors. Well, thank you, everyone. Okay, so our first question, just a few reminders. We are here, if you purchase the books downstairs, we can sign after the panel. And all the books are available to, I don't know, is your book available? Because I heard you, it's not.
My book is available
Downstairs?
Downstairs. I don't know if it's available downstairs, but I do have some copies with me as well.
Okay.
This one is available for pre-order.
Okay, okay. But we will be able to sign our books right after. Yeah, and if you we'll have Q&A after the panel. Cool? Okay, so first question. What inspired you guys to write your book? Because all these books cover so many different aspects of the Filipino culture. So I'm curious, what really inspired you guys to write the book that you published? Who wants to start?
I'll start. So a little overview about what our book is called. So our book is called Dirty Kitchen, an Ilocano American Story. And it's about Danilo, and he kind of goes back into one of his core memories. And he remembers the day that his Lola taught him and his siblings how to cook pinakbet. They get all of the vegetables fresh from the garden, and instead of cooking the food inside, they're cooking it outside, and so in their dirty kitchen outside. And the Lola gets to like share a little bit about how she's making the food, all of the health qualities of pinakbet, and just kind of that community storytelling that happens when you're cooking together and in your dirty kitchen. Something that really inspired us to write this book, I feel like it was really, there's four of us on the team, so 3 co-authors, and then Marielle's our illustrator. And when we were really creating it, I felt like all of our stories kind of being put into one, like things that we remembered from when we were children. Pinakbet happened to be a really common thread of one of our favorite foods, and a food that we saw a lot growing up. And so it was just really putting together all of our own memories and stories into this story. So that was what really inspired us, and just kind of remembering that, when our elders are gone, this is the way that they connect their traditions and their culture to us, especially in the diaspora. And food really brings people together in that way.
I love that, and I love that you're highlighting a specific region, because it's very rare to find specific region books, especially for kids. people are wanting to learn different languages across the Philippines. So I'm grateful that this book exists. I saw Jean do the story time back in SoCal, and getting the kids engaged with the vegetables was awesome to see. I'm grateful for them. Let's go on this side then.
Okay.
Oh, sure. All right. So the inspiration for my book is growing up. I would always hear a bunch of stories of like the moo that would always like just plague my childhood. Anyone that feels the same way. But yeah, like every time we would like do something maybe that we're not supposed to do, parents will always tell us like, oh, the moo-moo's gonna get you. If you go lay outside at night, the moo-moo's out there to get you. Or like, oh, you eat like that, you eat the food, the dessert before dinner, the moo-moo's gonna get you. It just be like this whole fear-based like parenting that I grew up with, and I was like, I would like to share that with like the new generation. But yeah, like my first idea for doing the Bunso books is I never saw like Filipino characters in cartoons and in children's books. I never grew up with Filipino characters. And I think only lately I've been seeing like cartoons and books and TV shows, and you will see Filipino characters, but they're always like the side characters, and you will get like glimpses of our culture every now and then. And I was like, what if like I were to take parts of my life and experiences from other Filipinos and I make it into a book. And so the main character, Bunso, I used to be the Bunso and I'm not the Bunso anymore. But the main character is like based on things that happened to me in my life, but he takes a different route because unlike me, whenever I heard about the moo-moo, I would just listen to my parents and I would be like, okay, I won't do that. But for the main character, he decides that instead of just take it down sitting, he's gonna be thinking about a plan how to take down the moo-moo. Like what are ways like this moo-moo's ruining my life? How can I deal with this? And so the book deals with him trying to figure out how to defeat the moo-moo. And in all the books, I also wanted to sort of make Filipino culture more mainstream. And so I also included a lot of the different like honorifics and different terms in Tagalog. And so there's like a little glossary actually in the beginning of the book, right over here, that shows you all the different words and how to pronounce them. And so the book has like all the different words throughout the book and sprinkled out throughout, and people that either are Filipino American that don't speak Tagalog, or people outside of the Filipino community can learn how to speak. And the next book, Bunso Meets a Duende, is based on a creature called a duende, which is like a little creature that lives in the Philippines. And I don't think very many Filipino Americans know about the duende. I think it's mainly like more of a Filipino experience. But I decided like I wanted to expand the books further, and each book would feature a different creature from the Philippines. So all the different like aswangs, the tikbalang, the capre. I'm trying to figure out how to adapt the Maranongo because that one's a little bit little intense. But that's something that I want to
I love that.
Explore as well too.
I've been seeing a lot of kids very curious about these mythical creatures. People that come through our space like are finding, or even adults too, trying to learn more about these mythical creatures and how do we connect to them. So I'm so glad to see that.
Yeah, like I know I feel like people know a lot about like different mythologies and different creatures from other cultures. Like Japan has yokais, and I feel a lot of people know about that. But not a lot of people know about aswangs and like the moo-moo. And I would like to with these books, I would like to make those more mainstream. And so just people just when they look at a ghost, instead of like just like thinking of other cultures, they think, oh, that's a muumuu.
Great. Faith, you want to go?
Sure, okay. So this morning's opening speaker was really touching, and it actually kind of relates to why I wrote this book. I've actually been writing children's books for a long time, and I did decide that I wanted to try and go the traditionally published route, which is full of rejection and full of it requires perseverance. And so I've written many different books and I've had a few different agents and have been on submission with different books. But this book I actually wrote in 2021, and it was when the Filipino nurses were dying at higher rates than others. My mom immigrated by herself here as a nurse, and my two aunties who live in Southern California were also nurses. My mom has actually passed away, but I just thought about, and it was also all of the crimes happening, and so it just felt like such a bittersweet sacrifice. They've left their home countries and they're now here, and what the heck is going on, you know? So I actually, just the first thing that came to my mind was like, when we would send the balikbayan boxes home, or when we went home to see the family and like that connection there. So this is actually a love letter to all of our ancestors and our relatives who have sacrificed coming here to the United States or anywhere abroad, because we know Filipino workers are all over the world, and to just pay homage to the roots back in the Philippines, and also the blessings that we have with new opportunities. So this literally is a dream come true for me. It's taken 8 years to have it in my hands, and I'm really proud of it. So thank you.